Hello guys, it's Babs with Listen to Your Inner You. Thank you for watching and subscribing. Please help me grow my channel. My donation link is below and my website is listentoyourinneryou.com. You can book sessions on there in your own time zone. It is easy. I would love to help you manifest or work through your core beliefs, either one. Today I just wanted to quickly talk about why I let manifestations come to me. I used to always chase everyone and everything my whole life. I was miserable. I became a control freak really early on as a child. I had anxiety, depression, chasing everyone and everything in my life. And the more I chased things, the less I got them. And I'm sure you've heard that saying, if you love something, let it go and it'll come back, right? Or as long as I think one of the big manifestors says, if you're chasing butterflies, they will keep flying away from you. But if you hold still and wait and be patient, they will come to you. The same thing is true for manifestations. And manifesting is actually really, really big about self-worth. And when you're working through self-worth, you're learning your self-worth and manifesting properly. Because by working through your self-worth and all the core beliefs, you actually learn how to detach much easier because you don't need these things anymore. The only reason why you're chasing something is because you have resistance and or attachment, probably both, who knows. I would love to help you find that out. But I try to not push my manifestations because whenever I did that, it got worse. And it's as simple as you can practice if you like to online order things and you get deliveries. The more you check when it's going to get there, the more likely it is that the date changes and it'll get delayed and delayed. It doesn't ruin your manifestation when you're chasing something. When you have attachment or resistance, it doesn't ruin your manifestation because in another reality, it already exists. It already exists that you have what you want. It's already there. You're just trying to shift into that reality, right? By releasing resistance and detaching and focus work. That's it. But everything you want already exists. You don't have to create it. You're not creating your future. You're not creating anything. Everything has already been created. When I figured that out, it was a huge relief because I don't have to create it. I just have to manifest it. And the word manifest means you're just making it show up in your reality. But it's already there. It's like a cloud creating itself, right? Or manifesting. After the weather comes together and all the air and gases and whatever creates the clouds, eventually the cloud manifests and it's visible. You can't touch the cloud, but it's visible. And that's what manifesting is. So I try to let my manifestations come to me because when they come in full force. You cannot stop a manifestation once it starts happening. They sometimes do take a little bit of time to actually play out. When I manifested my ex back deliberately, I never reached out to him. We were completely out of touch for 5.5 months. I had a feeling. I kept thinking, oh, I bet he's checking my social media. And later on when we were together, I actually asked him, did you check my social media? He's like, yeah. Oh, yeah, all the time, all summer long. I'm like, yes, it worked. So things do work. This works, right? And it is working and you're doing it right. But I didn't talk to him for 5.5 months. And then things started shifting. I had a friend and suddenly I thought, oh, what if he follows her? Boom, he follows her on Instagram. And then I said, hey, let's post a picture of you, of me on your account, blah, blah, blah. And she did a little cute story. And I said, oh, watch. He is going to realize that you're my friend and he's going to unfollow you. Boom. Within a day, he fucking unfollows her. I'm like, what the fuck? So things started actually happening. And then less than a week later, I was watching American Horror Story and I'm laying in bed. I'm like, what the fuck is this stupid? You should have reached out, blah. And I let it all out and I watched American Horror Story. By the time it was over, I checked my phone again and I'm like, oh, he added me on Snapchat. Holy shit. And it said he added me by phone number. I'm like, he still had my phone number, which all summer long, I'm like, I bet he still has my phone number. So that was multiple proofs. He didn't reach out. I didn't reach out because when this starts happening, you will know. And when he added me on Snapchat, I knew this was my manifestation coming in. You know when your manifestation is happening because it's happening. You can't stop it. And it's happening easily. There's no effort. You don't have to do anything. It is happening no matter what. I promise you this is true. And if you think back in time, all the undelivered things you manifested, it was like that too. I've manifested my truck and I got such a good deal with 0% financing. Truck was cheaper than it should have been. And everything fell into place within a day so easily. The money came in out of nowhere, and then the truck came in, and the money took a little bit, but they told me I can take the truck home, and I left my car there. Everything just fell into place. That's how manifestations work when you give them the time they need to actually ripen or develop, right? And that's why I like to let them happen and have them come in. And also, when you stop chasing things, that's huge on your self-worth, because you're saying, nope, I'm worth it for my manifestation to come to me. I'm not chasing anymore. I'm done chasing. Chasing is exhausting and doesn't feel good. Don't tell me that chasing feels good. It never feels good. Chasing things does not feel good. When they come to you, it's like, oh my God, I am the prize. I do deserve this. This is amazing. It makes you feel amazing, right? So I let the manifestations come in. I try not to reach out to the other person. I have done it, but I never get the results that I wanted. I've had clients who reached out to the other person before it was time. They never got the results they wanted. They got all excited, like, oh no, this is happening. Thanks, Babs. I don't need sessions anymore. We're already talking. I'm like, great. And I thought, you know what? You're probably not going to get what you want because you reached out without them reaching out first. And then a week or two later, they said everything died down. The person stopped talking to me completely. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's happened to me too. Every time I chase it, every time I approach my manifestation, doesn't matter what it is or who it is, if I start going towards it without letting it come to me when it's ready, it doesn't happen, or it takes even longer to happen, because usually it just means that I have some more attachment or resistance that I haven't worked through and it's not ready to pop in. When a manifestation is ready, it will come in full force. You can't stop it. It feels amazing. It's usually even better than you imagined. Everyone I've ever talked to told me, Babs, it was even better than I expected. That's how manifesting works. Deliberate and undeliberate. When a manifestation comes in, no matter how you manifested it, when it comes in, A, you'll know it. B, it'll chase you. C, you can't stop it. And D, it'll feel even more amazing than you thought. When my ex came back, again, he added me on Snapchat, then nothing happened for 2 days. Then he started straight up hitting on me nonstop every day. Took 3 more weeks for us to actually get together, and then 2 more weeks for him to break up with the other woman. But back then I also had shitty core beliefs, and as soon as he started talking to me, my mistake I think that I made is that I stopped looking at the end result. So I think I had more attachment again by waiting for him to actually talk to me. I was constantly waiting and waiting, and that's usually waiting indicates that you have attachment, right? So back then it took 5 weeks for him and I to actually be together, and he overlapped me with his ex. At that point, it didn't feel great, but the manifestation still happened. It still happened. Even though I had attachment, it just took longer. So things still happen, even if you have attachment and resistance. You have to just work through enough of it, not get rid of all of it. I don't know if that's possible, but you have to do enough of it. You're changing the balance of things. It's like, no, and this is the part you want, right? So eventually you keep releasing resistance and detaching, and you're approaching the manifestation, and then the no gets less. You can't have it, you can't have it, you can't have it, right? And then eventually it tips, and you only have to tip it this much to even get it. I mean, if you've watched Veronica Iles' old videos, she says, and I always like this part about her a lot in her videos early. That was years ago with her old videos, not the newer ones. They're great too. But I'm talking about the really old videos where she says, you don't have to do it 100% of the time. You don't even have to 90% of the time. You only have to do it 51% of the time. You're just tipping the scale of enough resistance releasing, enough detaching. That's it. Enough focus work on the thing you want. That's it. You don't have to do it 80%. The better, the more the better. Great. But you can just tip things by being at 51% of doing the things enough, right? That's all you need to do to tip the scale. Again, I like to wait for my manifestation. And waiting is a wrong word because waiting indicates attachment or resistance or both. But what I mean is I let it come to me. And at some point, I don't care anymore where it comes in or how it comes in or that it comes in. At some point, when you're shifting into the consciousness of having it, you stop thinking of it, oh, I think it'll happen. You don't think this anymore. You will think of it as being here. It feels like it's here. It feels like you have it already. You don't have these thoughts of, oh, I think it's going to happen. I think I'm going to hear from them. Because that's a future tense. And as soon as that happens, you still have some resistance or detaching to do, and that's okay. You're just working on it. It just hasn't happened yet. Everything can happen if we let it. And we have certain steps in deliberate manifesting that we can follow. And it'll make it a little faster sometimes than undeliberate manifesting, but you can manifest it. It works. It is working. You're doing it right? But again, I like to let it come in because it proves to me my self-worth, which I don't need that, but it's nice. But when I let the manifestation come to me in case of awesomeness, right? When I let it come to me, it proves to me that it was ready. I'm like, yes, and it's going to be better than I even thought. So you can always initiate it, but I haven't had good luck with initiation, especially with another person. I never got the results that I've wanted when I pushed for the manifestation to happen, and my clients got the same results. So I would say let it happen. But again, do whatever you want. Whatever works for you, don't change it. If things work for you the way you're doing it, don't change it. I'm just giving you certain tools that you can use. Yeah, I hope this helped. Have a great day.